Hi everyone, it's Betsy from Easy Peasy, and I just wanted to go over today some ways that you can help your toddler when they seem to be crying about everything. So let's dive right in. The first thing is to acknowledge their struggling. And even if it seems ridiculous to you because they're crying because their shoes are red and they want them to be blue, whatever the situation is, but to acknowledge that they are sad or frustrated or disappointed, and so to voice that to them. I'm sorry, I know you're very disappointed we have to leave the park, or I know it's very frustrating that mom put peanut butter on your toast instead of butter. And so just that they know that you are seeing them. If we just trying to ignore their crying, a lot of times it's just going to get worse, or they're going to keep doing it because they are having big emotions right now, big feelings. Even though we as adults can see that this is something very minor, this is not minor to them. So acknowledge that you see that they are frustrated or upset or sad, whatever it is. So acknowledge that. Then secondly, remind them, I'm here if you need me. Okay? Just a simple, I'm here if you need me. You don't have to stay by them the whole time. You can continue what you're doing. You can leave it at that. The other day, my daughter was crying because I put peanut butter on her bread in the morning on her toast, and she wanted butter. And she sat at the table, and I told her, I know you're frustrated, but today mom chose peanut butter bread, which she likes most of the time. I don't know why she decided she didn't want it that morning. And I said, I'll be in the kitchen if you want to talk to me, but today we're having peanut butter toast. You don't have to bend the boundary that you set or give in to their demands. You can repeat, I'm sorry that you're sad we have to leave the park. We do have to leave the park, and I know that's disappointing. If you want to talk to me about it, you can, So let them know that you are here if they want to talk. If your child is very verbal, it can actually be more frustrating than if they're not talking a lot, because you're used to them expressing themselves and talking about everything. And then all of a sudden they're just crying and crying and crying. And you want to just be like, use words. Why are you crying? Just say what you want to say. But they're not emotionally and mentally at a place where they can verbalize everything that they're feeling, even though their vocabulary may be really great. It doesn't mean in that moment that they can explain what they're feeling. So first, acknowledge their feelings. Second, remind them, I'm here if you need me. Thirdly, ask, if there's something that would help. I understand you're disappointed that we have to leave the park. What would make you feel better? What would help right now? I would say at least 50% of the time, my daughter says a hug. And she kind of calms down after that. And I'm like, okay. I kind of was afraid to use that method at first because honestly, I thought she'd say, if we go to swim, if I get an ice cream cone, or just start naming things that we're not going to do. We're not going to stop and get an ice cream cone, But most of the time she chooses something very simple. Maybe we can color when we get home, Mom. Or you could suggest those things. What would make you feel better? Would you like to sing songs in the car on the drive home? Would you like to have a snack when we get home if it's snack time? Would you like to, we can get the crayons out and we can color a picture together when we get home. You can make suggestions, which also kind of gets them out of their sadness in that moment. A lot of times they cry for a long time and then they kind of forget why they're crying and they're still just making the awful noise, and it's very frustrating as adults. So with the toast situation, I walked away, which is my next thing to tell you, is that you don't have to resolve their problem for them. You can make a suggestion, you can ask them what would help, you can tell them you're here if you need them, and acknowledge your feelings, and then you can say, okay, and just let it happen. And sometimes they just kind of get bored with it and they're done crying, or they come over and they say, can I have a hug now, Mom? Or I want to talk about it, or I was really sad about this. And they kind of just come out of it on their own. Trying to give them space. They're outside playing in the backyard. My daughter starts crying about something. I have no idea what. I'm sitting there in one of the chairs in our outdoor furniture, probably 15 feet from her, and she's just crying. Not actually hurt crying, just, making a toddler crying sound. And my first instinct is to say, "What's wrong, honey? What happened?" Or, "Let mommy give it a kiss," or "What's going on?" And to jump in. And instead I waited where I was sitting because she could see me and she knows, I knew she wasn't hurt. I could tell by the cry she wasn't hurt. Just something didn't go her way. And she cried maybe a minute, and then she just kind of started doing something else. Never came and needed anything from me. So I just let her have that time, and then she moved on. So it's okay to, like I said, acknowledge their feelings and then to step away. I mean, if you say, "I'm here when if you need me, I'm over here," or if you want to talk, then you can come over here, I'm right here if you need me. And that's totally fine to take a step back. So that would be my last tip. And then to remember to be patient, take a deep breath. It is very frustrating to hear your child cry. Sometimes it's very hard on you emotionally, parents, because it makes you sad also. And other times it just grates on your nerves. And you're like, "I cannot believe we are crying about your socks again." I mean, the situations that we have with toddlers, it's like, "Okay, I understand that you don't want to wear clothes today. I hear what you're saying, but we have to wear clothes today. So I'm sorry that that frustrates you, but we have to wear clothes." This is the world we live in, kid. So yeah, take a deep breath, try and remain calm, and remember that they are still very young, and although they may be speaking emotionally, they're not at a place where they can just logically, realize, "I have peanut butter on my toast all the time and I normally love it." It's not what they're thinking. They're thinking, "I don't want peanut butter, I wanted butter." And who knows why today. So take a deep breath, try and remain calm and be patient, and remember it's just a phase and they will outgrow it. So good luck, parents. And if you have any other videos you'd like me to talk about, tips for parents for working with toddlers, or things that you would like to help, skills that you would like help for your toddlers, easy ways to do, I have things on cutting scissors, getting dressed, shoes on the right feet, all kinds of things like that. So any suggestions, comment below. Let me know what you want me to do a video on to help you and your toddler be independent and be successful. And have a great day. Be sure to like and subscribe and share. See you later. Bye.